Colonize planets.
Research new technologies.
Take them by force if you have to.
And this is Eminent Domain.
Play it.
All right, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Rod.
If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, click the button and subscribe. And every single Thursday, we're going to give you a brand new video about a board game.
Exactly.
And we're going to tell you if you should buy it, play it, or hate it. It's our simple die rating that we came up with to try to help you decide if you should buy this game, just play it, maybe play somebody else's copy, or if you're going to hate it. And so we'll tell you right up front what we think you should do, and then we'll spend the rest of this video review telling you why we gave it that rating. So today, we're going to rate Eminent Domain.
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, two whites. Two whites. So that means we would play this game.
Exactly.
You put it out on the table, we're going to play this game, but maybe we're not going to buy it.
Maybe not going to buy it.
Maybe not.
I'm not going to buy it.
So, Eminent Domain, let's talk about the game, and then we're going to point out along the way why, maybe what kept us from saying we'd buy this game, or what makes us just want to play it. And this is a deck building game, and so don't be scared off if you don't like deck builders. There's a little bit more here, and we'll explain how that works.
So let's talk real quick about components, just because it's got great components.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, the artwork is good, right?
It's cool, yeah.
It's neat artwork. The cards are well made, nice and thick. They're going to hold up, right? There's tons of different artwork.
Here on the tech cards.
Exactly. And on the tech cards, exactly. Yeah, they kind of did it with the planets. I felt there should have been more planets variations, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe that's... but anyway, but the cards are nice.
They're still nice-looking planets.
Yeah, they're nice-looking planets.
Decent.
Yeah, exactly. And you got the spaceships that look pretty neat, you know. Those.
3 different sizes of those.
Exactly. And then, you know, the rest of it. I mean, so when it comes to, like, the components, instruction manual, all of it's fine. Of course, except for this page right here. I don't know what they were thinking.
A ton on that.
It should be in a double or something. Anyway, that's just so much stuff on there. It's like, wow. But anyway, all that stuff's great. I mean, it really is. It's nice and thick and stuff, so that's fine.
Yeah. The cards that you actually put into your hand that are deck builders, well, you can put the tech cards in there too, but all of these are all the same exact card. There's nothing special about those, but maybe there doesn't need to be.
Right.
So this game, if you've played, the thing that I can most closely relate this game to is another game called Roll for the Galaxy or Race for the Galaxy. What's unique about this game is that when it is your turn, when you are the leader on that round, you get to call out an action and other people get to follow you or they get to descend. Before I get into all of that, I wanted to say that up front because I think that makes it something different than I draw my cards on my turn, I play my turn, that's it. There are some more interesting decisions that you can do along the way. So let's tell you how a turn works, and then you can decide if this is going to work for you or not. So in the game, you're going to have a starter hand, you know, whatever that might be. And on your turn, the very first thing that you get to do is you get to say whether or not you want to take an action. And an action is an ability that's listed on the card that is different than what you would normally use it when you play out a card. And so what you get to decide is at the beginning you say, okay, I'm going to use this card for its action ability instead of its roll ability. And so you would just play that card, you do the ability that it says. Nobody else gets to do this, just you get to do that on your turn. But you don't get to use that card then for your regular action. Right. So that's first what you get to do is your action. Then you get to choose a role. So if you're the leader, you get to take one of these roles. And when you do, you get to take that card. So you say, okay, I'm going to take the warfare role. And so you get that card, and now you get to play cards out of your hand that match that card. And that's it. And now it goes around the board, and everybody else gets to decide, okay, I'm also going to take the warfare action, and then they play warfare cards out of their hand. Or if maybe they don't want to, they don't have those cards, or they don't have enough to do what they want, they could say, I'm not doing what you chose, I'm going to descent, which means they get to draw a new card out of their hand and add it to their hand. So they're building up their hand size. Right. And then that's it. At the end of the turn, that's all you can do. And so then you discard, or you get to discard any cards that you don't want to keep out of your hand, and then that's the cleanup. These go into your discard pile, and you're good. The next round, you get to draw up to your hand size. Right.
So you have 5 different things you can do. Well, there was 5 plus Well, it's 5 plus battle, right? But that's part of this, right? The warfare anyway.
Right, yeah. So the things that you can do really quickly is you can survey, which means that you get to draw a new card out of here and decide if you want to try to colonize that planet. And so it tells you on the back side of the card how much military strength you would have to have or how much colony strength that you would have to have. And so you would just place that down in front of you and say, so now you know in a later turn that you could do that. Then on a later turn, if you wanted to colonize, you would choose the colonize action. And you'd say, okay, I have enough colonies or I have enough military strength, that would be warfare, to take ownership of this planet. The other things that you can do is you can produce. And so some of these planets, not all of them, but some of them have a resource that you can produce in the game. So you would take the produce action, and then it takes a little token and puts it on that card. Later on, you could trade. And so you could take tokens off of your board and trade them in to get victory points.
Right.
And there are a certain amount of victory points in the game. When those are depleted, the game is over. And then the other thing that you can do is research. Research allows you to, based off of the number of light bulbs that you play on that turn, you could buy a card with that many light bulbs on it. And these, most of them go into your deck. And then when they come up, you could use them for the action ability, which might be really cool. Or you could, that's really what they are, is action abilities. And then they even have some that are permanent cards. And these would just sit out in front of you, and you always have that ability. The permanent ones can be really cool because they're always available to you. The tech cards get better and better the higher that you get, but you have to have a lot of research cards in your deck, and they have to have come up on one turn in order for you to get the higher technology cards. But the engine really starts building when you have some tech cards in your hand, because now you could trade things. Like there's one card in there that lets you trade military strength for victory points. And then there's a permanent card that you could get that adds an extra victory point onto that. And so you're able to trade these military strength in. Instead of doing the warfare on a planet, you're just taking your planes and turning them into victory points. So you can create an engine that gets going during the game, right, where you're able to do different things, whether or not that's get resources and trade those in for victory points. There's just lots of different avenues that you can go in this game.
Yeah, my problem with the game is some of the negative parts of it that I had with it was, I guess I was expecting more to it than what it really is, because it's a pretty fast-paced game, really. Mm-hmm. What's 45 minutes or something like that? And I was expecting to build, when you're thinking of an empire and stuff, I'm thinking I'm going to have a mass amount of planets. Well, in reality, you're only going to probably have 4 or 5 planets at the most, probably. You're not going to have a lot of time to build up this grand thing because there's too many other things happening. And when you run out of two decks, or what was the other, or you run out of here, this is when the game ends on you. So if you have 4 people playing, the game ends fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that could be good or bad for you. I don't know if that's in your mind, if that's a good or bad thing, but I felt like, maybe you are as you play the game. But I kind of liked, the abilities to, based off of the tech card that I got on that turn, to be able to build my strategy off of that. It does play pretty quick. I loved the descent or follow ability, that he's doing something on his turn, but now I get to do something too. That's pretty cool. Sure. That I'm not just waiting for my turn to be able to do something as you go. So yeah.
I mean, and the thing too, I guess I have kind of issues with is how we work the scoring and stuff. So on this particular game, it just seemed like it went quick to the victory points or whatever, and I don't know. I guess in the game, all I wanted to concentrate on was the exploration, the warfare. I didn't even want to think about this part of it. That just because it's getting victory points sounds, I don't know. It's just in my mind. It's kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, that's what wins the game, but it's not. It's not anything interesting. It's not like you're building something. It's not like you have the empire because of it. That's probably, I guess I'm looking for another step in the game to make it why I'm the main emperor. I'm the main guy that won the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can totally, based off of the cards that you get, just you're creating a machine that's getting something out other than, maybe what you're saying of building this domain.
Right, and there's other games that we've played where there's 9 different ways to win the game, versus this one right here is pretty linear. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can win differently, but it's pretty linear. So that would be my only complaint about the game. But again, I did say why, because I do like the artwork. I do like a lot of aspects about the game also.
Mm-hmm. So the follow descent thing is big for me. The different tech cards that you can get is in it for me, but overly I was not wowed and like, man, I want to play this game again.
Exactly.
You know, that's and all the times we've played it, that's kind of how I felt. I've never been like, man, you want to come over to the house and play some Eminent Domain?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I stand on it also.
All right, so there you go. That's our review of Eminent Domain. And we've got a lot more reviews on our website, boardgamecloset.com. And you can check us out there, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those. And we have a podcast that comes out, so check that out as well. And as always,
support your local game store.